let's continue evaluating the usefulness of internet for language teaching and how we as ESL teachers or EFL teachers can integrate internet into the language curriculum design handed out to us by the government or by the individual schools. Right. And in this regard, we're going to look at briefly some of the advantages and disadvantages of electronic media medium over print medium, right? I mean, in other words, how internet can have more advantages as compared to the printed materials, right? Um, well, internet-based language learning, as you could see here, IBLL, uh, is one of the most innovative areas in the domain of English language teaching, because we've got a number of grammar books, encyclopedias, dictionaries, and tons of other materials, even the research, right? So, and of course, there are books, you might be surprised, which have their oral versions. I mean, where the book speaks itself. So this is how the books, electronic books, can be handy, can be useful in terms of enhancing students' language learning, right? Well, internet-based language learning, they can keep our students engaged in various ways. For example, they offer an effective communication tool where you could ask your students to, exchange their views via email or via, some other blogs, even though, right? So internet-based language learning, the whole point in this main topic of integrating internet into language teaching is that it promotes language learning autonomy amongst the learners, because this is something that which they can acquire the skills in the classroom and which they can take out outside the classroom and utilize even outside the classroom. And we could expose our students to the YouTube videos. We've got a number of videos where there are ready-made materials for the language learners, right? So e-materials, apparently, well, there are some, orthodox readers and there are some innovative readers. For example, I have myself, if you ask me, I have weaned myself from this habit of reading, books. Now I'm more prone to using e-materials instead of, printed materials. So they are attractive because it's easy to scroll down and get information. So we've got a number of references and which free us from writing from its conventional limitations. For example, now you can if you want to write something, you could type it and you can produce a piece of writing. Well, and this is how internet-based language learning has transformed the whole notion of language teaching from passive to active. And this point is important here, and we should be mindful as language teachers. And this is how, and this is, this notion takes departure from some of the ad hoc approaches attached to language teaching. For example, now language teaching can be individualized as compared to typified, which was previously typified. So where we can engage our students into collaborative work or teamwork or project work, and we can ask our students to send their writing to us, and which are easily retrievable. And I personally use, electronic copies for feedback because it's easy to scroll down and make comments or, some draft comments in the form of on the text as compared to now. I mean, the gaps, the space, the time is bridged, and this is how, as myself, I'm a student and taking PhD, having my own PhD research. So I'll be using online sessions with my supervisors. So this is how it has bridged the gaps between the students and the teachers. And this this offers, and this important here to mention, offer a point for some hesitant students who are unable to speak in the classroom and who could chat via email or could chat via video calls. So this is how internet offers has got some advantages over the print materials. So while using although these offer attractive, they look very attractive apparently, but we should be careful about using these resources for language teaching, and we should be careful about some of the complexities involved in electronic medium over the printed ones.